Welcome back to another episode of Cards and Coffee. Today I have a fellow teammate back on the channel once again with a regional topping list. At the LA regional, there was almost 1,000 people there, and he wound up getting 7th place going X11. But before we get into all that, please go grab yourself a cup of coffee or something. That way you guys can sit down and tune in. Let's do this. Kyle, what's up, man? How are you doing?
I'm good, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. We got 7th place here at the LA Regional. Bigger than Niagara Falls, so that shit's better.
That's right. 976 players. What was your record at the end of the day?
I finished X11, only losing to the undefeated, and I tied like round 6. Everything else was, you know, pretty solid matchups. I liked the deck. Tier Danger, and shout out to the best team here. Team NLA, if you need some awesome anime merch, these guys got you. He does custom shirts. Anything you want on a shirt, he'll print it. You like these feet? He'll put it on the shirt for you if you want. I know y'all like the Ash feet. He'll put that on a shirt for you. And you get 10% off my code.
That's right.
As far as shout outs, shout out to these 3 right here for sure. This guy was trying to hide.
I'm always trying to hide.
Shout out to all my other friends here. All glory to God. I appreciate you. And let's get to the video.
Right on, let's do this.
So you have your basic 12 tiers. Nothing too fancy there. For the dangers, you have 3 Nessie, a Chupacabra, a Moth, a Bigfoot, a Tsuchinoko, and a Jackalope. So I wanted to cut this because I played a few mirror matches and I knew that tier was going to be like the most popular deck, but it being a level 4 and an insect was just so good that instead of playing like 2 of this, I just changed it to Chupacabra, and them just being different types makes Curious so easy. The Bigfoot's really good at outs floodgates. It's a big 3K beater, and Nessie being an Aqua is crazy to me.
Nice.
Snow, probably the best card in your deck. Gizmek, it's like a second Snow when you're doing bomber boards. Zephyros helps you make level 4s, and also just like, it's again, easy Curious. And this is probably like the 2nd best card in my deck. Having this always being like another Curious name for dragons is crazy, and then it also makes a really good extra deck card that nice. I really liked a lot. On to the spells, 3 Perlarino, 3 Super Poly, and 3 Dark Ruler. You don't play hand traps, you're playing Dangerous, so you're just playing like the best like board breakers you can play.
Right.
I main 2 Galaxy. It's okay. Regionals. I know people are playing all the mine decks. Please ban that card. And so I actually milled 2 of these against my last opponent who was playing Mindburn. Turn 1 and milled 2, and that game was over.
Standard.
So these are really good. They also just help like hit back row, like hitting a Smashers and the Splight matchup. They don't want to negate it with Toad, and then it's just worse because Smashers is like really rough to play against. So right. I really liked these a lot. And then you only side them out against like mirror match because you're just trying not to get like Dweller in full combo.
Right.
And then just some really good ones.
Awesome. How many cards?
With these 2, it makes 40.
Nice.
Going to the extra deck, we've got 2 Kitkalos, the Kaleido, the 1 Stapelia, the 1 Garura, and the 1 Muddragon. Muddragon was like really crazy because when you summon it and call Dark, they can't touch your board anymore with like targeting effects. And it's like really hard, like when you have this in the mirror and you call Dark, it's really hard for them to pop your stuff, shuffle your stuff. Just like, it's just really Snow, they can't like touch your stuff. So being able to have like the Muddragon was crazy. Dark, because you can take like Splight monsters, you can take, you know, Stapelias, all the good stuff. Elf, this was really good. My end board typically ended on this guy. My MVP of my deck, Don Dragster, and then you have a trap with Merly. So why this was really good over something like a bomber board is because how this deck like gets wrecked is when you like get floodgated, or if they have like mine or blowout spells that aren't like Dark Ruler or Super Poly. So being able to have a way to negate a spell and then bring back your Merly, mill 3. If you hit something, it's broken. If you don't, you still have your Solik to send the Merly to do like combos was really good. Like I made this a lot today, and it sometimes it got Dark Ruler, sometimes it doesn't, but just the fact that it's like a spell or trap negate on like the only weakness of this deck being no like true negates was like really good.
Right, yeah, that's what I was about to say. The one thing that the danger build lacks that made it to where I didn't really want to play it was the fact that it didn't have negates. It's more interruptions. You could play around Dark Ruler with the trap, obviously, but Dawn Dragster it's a spell trap negate. It's pretty insane. How did it play out for most of the day?
It was really good. So basically, if you have snow, you're always dumping Destrudo. And so now you can use your snow with the Curious to make like a Griffin, set one of your crazy like back row, either Super Poly, Called By, or Solic. And then if you kept your Merly on board, you do the Merly and this into Elf, summon back your Merly, and then you Destrudo onto the Merly. Make Dawn Dragster, so your typical end boards was this, and then Snow. Nice. And that's like, if you don't get Dark Roll, that's really hard to interact with when you have Snow, negate one of their best spells, and you get a possible double fusion off Merly Mills plus Solic. So it just was like really, really powerful. Curious, because that's like the namesake of the deck. Being able to just dump any tier, dump any like of your extender cards was great. Bomber, I think I made it once, and then he impermed it, and I lost that game, so this is probably like, I never summoned this. This is crazy because of Gizmek and Snow and mirror matches. This thing was over 8k every game I summoned him. And then the Redoer and the Dweller. I still like the Redoer because you get awkward hands where you just have like a Sharon and like a random level 4. And if Dweller is not good, or if you're blind, you just make Redoer, take a card, and then you get a fusion play. So I still really like the Redoer there.
Anything you felt like you were missing, or everything felt pretty good?
No, it felt genuinely perfect. Like honestly, this, like in theory this should come up more, but when I was doing the Merly play into the Solic with the Elf, like this almost never got summoned because I just thought that play was better, having an Omni plus Mills plus like negate. So I might cut that for something else, honestly. And then for the side, so you side these 8 against the mirror match. I picked Reaper over Gamma for 2 reasons. One, because you don't have to side 10 cards technically, or 9, 10? 10
cards with driver.
Yeah, 10 cards with driver. And this is good against the mirror match because you can hit either Dweller, Curious, Kick Kalos, all those. And because I main the Elf, you can play it against Splight too. And just when they summon a monster, you just hit Elf and they lose their grind game. Right. So maybe you deal with a Toad. And my round 7, I Reapered the guy's cherries when he had like a Adventure token and just a blue. And then he couldn't make anything real because he had no other level 2. And he couldn't Elf back his blue to like try to at least make a Toad play. So his hand was already weak, and then the cherries just like crushed him. And then Droll was nice because I actually played against 2 to 3 Fluunders today. So
yeah, there was a lot in the room today. I know I played multiples as well.
Yeah, it's also good against like the Danger deck, obviously. So it was really good. 3 Cosmic. I super respect the Runic Splight and mine. So this was over evenly matched because I'm already siding 8 against the Mirror or any tier deck, so I don't really care about that. It's mine or the Runic cards that are like just really hard to deal with. So I respected that deck a lot, and so I decided to put these 3 in. And then Red Reboot versus Trap decks, and just pretty much anything when you're going second, you're gonna expect them to side a Floodgate or some type of like Power Trap. Right. So just having Red Reboot just like lets you feel safe against like the blowout cards at least. And then 2 Judgment and a Crime. It's searchable. I searched it a few times today, and it's just really powerful. Even if you mill it, one time I milled it, and I actually got to add back a tier that got DD Crowed.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you just get to set it back with Griffin or search it with Kick Kalos when you already have like Solic or a Merly or something.
Nice.
And then, yeah, just Judgment. And that was it.
Sweet. Well, congratulations again. 7th place, correct?
Yeah, 7th place, X11. I was like really, really scared because with 976 people, I was sweating. I did not think any X11s were going to make it. So I'm really happy I got that.
Well, congratulations again,
shout out to this team. If you want feet merch, he's got you.
Promo code RPA.
Yeah, promo card IPA. It helps me out a lot. He pays really well. He really wants to take care of people in the Yu-Gi-Oh community. And having a business that's not necessarily into Yu-Gi-Oh is just like really nice to get more exposure to the game. So I really appreciate him. Thank you.